Hello everybody, and welcome to my Minecraft house. I'm trying a new recording setup right now. My normal NVIDIA recording is only going to be capturing the game sounds, like the chickens clucking, the clicking of this redstone, and so yeah, all that's going to be inside, the cackling fire, or crackling, not cackling, witches cackle, and I hate witches! Meanwhile, all of my regular audio is going to be captured by a different app. That way, when I go to record, or when I go to edit this all, I can differentiate my voice a little better from the actual in-game, and I don't need to worry about, am I too loud, am I too quiet, is the game too loud, is the game too quiet? I will have much more freedom over all of that. So this is going to be a quick video, just playing around with some sounds, my movements, kind of capturing all of that, as well as kind of giving you guys a tour of my house. So let's start with this floor. I've got my mine down here, which connects with the mines of everyone else on the realm. This is a realm, not mine. It is my wife's for her Panera friends, but because a few of them have dropped off. The village was seeming kind of empty, no one was really playing anymore, and I really wanted to play Minecraft with my wife, but I wanted to play on a realm. That way she can hop on when she's on, I can hop on when I'm on, we can kind of do things together, she can look at what I've done, it's just so much more of a community kind of thing. And so she's like, well, I guess I can invite you to the Panera one if it's okay with everyone else. Everyone else was cool with it, so here we go. This is what I built very recently, because I've gotten really into comparators, and how they work as a Minecraft, redstone switch. So, the signal going in from this guy, 1, 2, 3 blocks, the signal going in from this guy, 1 block. If a comparator is hit in the side by a stronger, air quotes on that, force, then whatever force is coming in the back does not go through, turning off the comparator. But when I turn it off, the clock works as normal. So now my chicken farm, completely automated. See, I put the eggs in here. Well, not completely automated. I still have to load the eggs, because there's no hopper that can push things up. I guess I could put a hopper under this that pushes the eggs out into a water current that goes up and then over and then into a hopper that goes. I mean, there is a way to do it, but it's above me. But look, so right now the whole thing is off. I hit the switch, and see, it just starts spitting eggs. There was a chick. There's another one. Once it clicks, flip the switch. So yeah, this is my great invention. I was gonna close all this back off, but I feel I'll leave it open so I can leech off this clock for other redstone stuff I have planned in like the near future. That being said, next is my sweet berry crop. When I first built this base, I was originally going to build it on the other side of my door up there, and I came down here and I was like, I need to survive. Through that wall is a ton of water, and I'll show you guys kind of. All of this was flooded, and you can see where it flooded into my base. It's just, I had to brick by brick get rid of all of this. And that led to some flooding issues, but I managed to use a bucket I got from my wife, bucket, to build my farm here. And while the farm was growing and kind of sustaining me, plus I was taking food from up above, I got my sweet berry farm going. And sweet berries, while not the greatest healing item, they do allow you some regenerative process. They bring back 1 apple per berry, and then I bumped into some glow berries in a chest and I set up my glowberry farm up here, which you hit it with some bone meal, and it instantly makes a berry, so it's like, it's berries on demand. Up here is where I was playing with redstone, and like learning how comparators worked. You can also power them with an item frame. I used this item frame as an example. You put it on the comparator, and depending on its rotation, you can right-click to rotate items in the frame. It'll give off a stronger or weaker signal. So, but that ended up going nowhere with what I had planned. So I just went with levers and pressure plates because that's so much simpler. Here's my suit of armor. I built that the first time I went delving into the mines. As you see, the one I'm wearing is a little damaged. This is my backup in case I die in the mines. This is my item chest. As you can see, I've got my going into my fetching sword, as I like to call it, for when I gotta go down there and get my shit back. I just bought this. This was my original fetching sword. It's now just gonna be my main combat when these break. I've got a lot of shovels and axes and hoes. And I know what you're saying, Jake, you don't have that big a farm. Why do you have all the hoes? There's a toolsmith up on the surface who I'm hoping will give me an iron pickaxe. And if he doesn't, I'm going to kill him. Probably. Possibly. Probably not. I don't want my wife to be mad at me. There was also a Fletcher, which is why I have the bow and the arrows and the crossbow. This is my rare items chest. I got some diamonds here, some lapis, some redstone. I have yet to enchant anything, but I've got plenty of lapis and experience if I wanted to do so. There is an enchanting place up top, but I'm kind of a dwarf. I like my diggy hole. I don't like to go topside. Got a bunch of nether quartz. I needed to repay my wife. She's the one who loaned me the nether quartz I needed for my comparators. So I braved the nether to repay her, and as thanks for the bucket and for everything she's given me so far, including letting me be on the realm, I found out she had no amethyst. So I went and I got her a 64 pack of shards. I'm going to deliver her a 64 of blocks, just so she can fuck with the blocks as well. I've got all my gold here. A lot of this gold came from the nether. I think I had 8 bars from my mining. Just 8. Then I went into the nether and found so many nuggets. So many nuggets. I did have to kill some of the piglins. I forgot to wear gold because I didn't have a lot of gold. And so I went to war with some of the piglins, and I melted down the gold swords and everything that they gave me. That's why I still have some leftover nuggets. Here's all my redstone. Not a lot of this came from trades. I think I traded once for some redstone. Most of it's from digging in my diggy hole. I got sticky pistons, as you can see, for my door and whatnot, from a jungle temple, which I'll show you guys when we go topside. Again, some warped wart, some netherrack from the hole. So yeah, a lot of this, I try to be self-sustaining. I try to be self-sustaining. I don't like to rely on other people for me to be able to do what I want to do. It makes me feel kind of like a mooch. And I don't want to mooch off the people. I don't want to bother the other people in the server. So if you see here, there's a pressure plate. There's no signal, but they're powered. If I jump... Oh, I didn't jump it properly. You'll see that it is powered. It's all powered up. But when I hit this, it turns it off. If I were willing to break out... You know what? I will break out my wall. I'll show you guys the magic. There's eggs in here? Is there a chicken running around in my walls? Oh my god! Fuck off, chicken. So yeah, as you can see, this is all powered using this comparator, which has a 3 charge going to it. But here's a 2 charge, and this is a 0 because the repeater's touching it. Making it, you know, I was going to put the other one here, but it can't power up a block. So that was the closest I could put that repeater, so I actually had to dig this out and make this a 3. But yeah, so it's constantly powered. Both of them are. And then a pressure plate outside hits this guy, giving it an overload because 0 is a smaller number than 3. And 2 is a smaller number than 3, so my inside pressure plate does the same. Oh, not what I meant to do. So yeah. And the reason it's all stone and it's all hidden is because, again, I've played on servers with trolls, and, you know, even some of my closest friends can be, like, greedy. They'll, like, steal my shit if they need it. You know, or they'll borrow it, but they won't ever, like, pay it back. So I've just gotten into the habit of making my base very hard to find, because... Ow! Ow! Gotta be quick. I forgot. You gotta be quick. It's not a long timer. But see, this was my original safety measure. Just a waterfall that you can hardly see. I mean, you can still see the door, but most people are going to look at the waterfall and be like, oh, a waterfall. They're not going to notice that door there. I was going to put an actual door there that you'd have to, like, right-click to open. Just kind of fill it out a bit, but meh. Allie actually knew my proclivities for living underground, and being the awesome wife she is, she dug me a basement under her place that she was going to make. She was hoping that by digging this channel out, she'd hit a cave, and she did. She hit this narrow cave that goes down to here. Fun fact, on the other side of this block, I believe, is my base. Or, like, on the other side of one of these is my base. Like, is my redstone that I was setting up and all that. So my base is not far under hers. But she did state that she didn't want me to build in her house. She wanted me to build my own house. But I also felt like I needed to contribute something to the group, because, like, they've built these beautiful ships and sailboats, and they've got this lovely little island over here, and Allie has her own little dock right here that she's built. You know, you've got that gravity-defying house over there. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys. So here's a lot of bamboo, like a fuck ton of bamboo that I've been borrowing to, like, trade with the Fletcher. I always make sure I don't cut the bottoms off so it all grows back. But this is Allie's village. There's her horse, Coffee. Coffee's like her favorite thing in the world, so she named her horse after it. The wheat farm, which I will occasionally harvest and then use to feed the cows, who I then harvest. I want to say that's Hannah's base. Over there is John's. Up there is Titan's. They've all kind of got their own plots of land, and I didn't want to build on any of their plots, like kind of encroach on their space. So I went with the one place nobody kind of built a base. Down. This is my contribution, the hoplite. He's not fully done yet. I have yet to give him, like, eyes or a crown or whatever I'm going to do with him. Over here we've got the base of Omaha. Omaha no longer plays, but just in case she does come back, we haven't, like, messed with her shit. Allie was going to give me her base, but she has all of this really nice stuff that I would feel really guilty just taking. Not to mention, a few of the mob have kind of made this their home. That is a nice candle. I'm going to put a torch here anyways, because that candle's not giving off enough light. Anyhow. We've got a ton of iron golems patrolling the place, which my texture pack makes look like they are, like, robots. Plenty of work areas, all clearly labeled. L for leatherworking, the hammers for the blacksmiths and the toolsmiths. I believe this is for the masons. Yep, here they are. No, you're not a mason, you're a carpenter. Or you're a, yeah. And you're the tool guy I was trading with earlier. You're where I got all my hose from. Weird. You're weird. Go back to bed. Over here we've got the, this should be the tool worker's place, but for some reason the Fletcher lives here. And a leather worker. The Fletcher I traded with a lot. I'm glad that he's back open to stick trades, so I'm going to go cut down a bunch of bamboo and make a stick trade with him. Nobody in there. We've got a beautiful fountain. News. Beans. Future roads to be basalt. And garlic pepper. Okay. So yeah, all these roads, I guess, Allie wants to make out of basalt. I have a little basalt that I've been able to dig up, but not a lot. In here we have the church, where all of our clergymen just make their... I guess it's more of an alchemist's. But, yeah. We've got some unfinished houses over here. They're furnished, but they don't have any, like, you know, like, job blocks or anything. But they are furnished. We've got a chicken pen down there. Shitloads of crops, like more crops than you could ever need. Eventually, this is where the farmers will live after we make more villagers. John did build, and now John's really good at this game. He's good at, like, the intricate shit. Titan's pretty good, too. Titan has a kelp farm he made. John has, over here somewhere, a villager farm. But not a farm in the normal sense. As you can see, it's literally packed with villagers. And he just like opens that and like lets a few out, and they just repopulate constantly. So yeah, we can keep supplying our place with villagers. Somebody's sleeping in here. Stonemason. Whoops. Yeah, so that's the village. Allie built a lot of these buildings herself. She did have some help. This is Allie's favorite building, because Allie loves to do cartography work. It's like her favorite thing. So here's our village. My house is right about there. Over here's the jungle, where we all get a lot of our wood from. It needs to be updated. I have reforested a large chunk of this, and then deforested it. Here is the temple, where I got my sticky pistons from, that I needed for my base. I don't know what the white is there. I'm going to have to go check that out. Might be a mountaintop. Over here is a trail that Allie is making to another village, which... This is a zoomed out version. Her trail kind of goes off this way. There's her bridge that she built, and it goes off into this peninsula. Allie is honestly an exploratory genius. Here's another village down here that she's trying to build a nether portal gateway to, so we can just pop in, pop out. Excited to see how that works. Tiny island there. Looks like it has a village on it with that little outcropping there. So yeah, Allie figured out how to zoom the maps out. Dope ass painting. But yeah, this is our world. This is all you gotta really worry about. John's stuff over there. Titan's windmill down here, or right there. His mine shaft right there. His kelp farm right there. You know, there's a weird dirt patch here. It's like a different kind of dirt. There was the chicken farm and the big farms. So yeah, you could see the whole village really well right here. But yeah. So that's everything. Again, this was mostly just for me to work on being able to sync up my audio, so that way when Hogwarts Legacy releases, I'll be a pro at it, and I can do it this way instead of the normal way, and unlike my Assassin's Creed Odyssey, we won't have all those mistakes. Where a 20 to 30 to 2 hours of recording were just fucked. Because audio... You know? Bye, everybody.